What's happening, guys? Safety Liner C2 here. This bus right here, 2015 CE. It's supposed to be modded. I think he said he made the bus, but I'm like 93.72% positive that he didn't and just modded parts of it, like the sound. Yeah. CE 2015. I'm in Penguinville. Old map, but still none of the less a great map. So just do a kind of a walk around of this bus first, because I'm like really positive that he didn't make this bus, and I think he said he did. Because I'm if he didn't, then I've seen this bus before, but you know, that guy's steering wheel. So, yeah, alright, I don't know, I just kind of want to drive around today, so, you know, why not? Put it in drive, and we are off. Maybe record for, I don't know, 20 minutes, that sounds good. Alright, so, let's see. How are y'all? Hopefully you're doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good myself. I'm gonna try and put this video up tomorrow, tomorrow, whatever. But if it is, tomorrow will be the 14th. This video will hopefully be up. And I know that a lot of people are taking their PSATs, their practice SAT test. And of course I have a story to go along with this. So maybe you took your PSAT today, and if you did, well, I hope you did good. And you know, it's alrighty then. It's not the easiest thing, but nonetheless, it is still important that you do well on your SAT and PSAT. SAT more than PSAT, but so if you did take it, like I said, I hope you did well. Hope you did better than my brother, at least. Anyway, my brother, he's in 10th grade, and you might have, I've mentioned him every now and then. His name is Jensen, and Jensen's smart when he wants to be smart. He's not the person to, go to for, oh, hey, I have a project, can you help me with this? Or he's not the one that you call up to help you with for science or whatever. He's the one who gets the answers from everyone, and he's smart in what he knows. He's extremely knowledgeable in what he knows, but for what he doesn't care about, he doesn't care about. So anyway, earlier today, I actually didn't know about the PSATs. Those were today until while I was at work, one of the kids was telling me that he's taking his PSAT tomorrow. And oh, good luck, blah blah blah, whatever. And Jensen, my brother, like I mentioned, he mentions that he has to take the PSAT tomorrow, and I didn't know that he was taking the PSAT. And he was like, Cameron, I don't really want to take the PSAT. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, I didn't really study for it. And I'm like, why would you not study for the PSAT? And why am I still on neutral? That's weird. Well, Jensen, why would you not study for the PSAT? That's really important. This bus has a good turning radius. I'm surprised. He's like, well, it's because I didn't know that we had the PSAT until this morning. And I'm, oh, great. So you're just planning on going in and, not doing so great on your PSAT. And he's like, I make some jokes calling him dumb and whatnot because, he's my brother and I can do that. And, this and that. And we were out at the time because my mom was with her boyfriend's mom, and she was celebrating her birthday tonight, so, what the heck? What am I doing? There we go. Come on. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons, that's why. I gotta do it, guys. Gotta do it. How do I get up here, though? Somewhere in this building. Okay, anyway. So, she was out at the time, so we needed some dinner because I had just gotten home from work, and I don't know why I did that. So we needed some dinner. So we went out to dinner, and that's whenever this happened, whenever he was telling me about this. So we got home, and my mom was home. And he basically, says, he says, the same thing to her. Mom, I don't want to take the PSAT tomorrow because blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to fit in here. Anyway, he just complains to my mom about how he doesn't want to take it, and, oh, it's a waste of money because I'm not going to do well on it, and this and that. And my mom just kind of, Dad paid for it, so you should take it, and blah, blah, blah. And she goes in her room. He's in the laundry room. I'm sitting down, just doing whatever. And he yells from the laundry room, Cameron, you know what? I'm going to change my mind about this PSAT. I'm going to get 100 on it. And I'm just sitting there just like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to get 100 on it. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so good. I can't wait for this. And, oh, here we go. I knew there was another one somewhere. And I have him go tell my mom that, what he told me. So he goes into her room, and I'm just sitting there laughing because it's funny, thinking that he's going to get 100 on it. And he's like, Mom, I'm going to get 100. You know what? No, I'm not going to get 100. I'm going to get 105 on my PSAT. And her and I just start laughing because it's funny. Because if you know anything about the PSAT scoring, the SAT 100 is pretty much the lowest you can get. So it's pretty funny, and we're just sitting there laughing. He doesn't know anything. He does not understand it. So he just walks out of the room, and I'm like, Jensen, the 100 is like, 100's pretty low. And he's like, oh, it's one of those tests. And I found that pretty funny, how he thought he was going to do so well, saying he's getting 100, but that's like the lowest you can get. I found that pretty funny. So, oh, my crossing gate's a little off. What the heck? Why can I not drive? But anyway, I found that pretty funny. So, maybe if my foot wasn't on the brake last time and it was on the gas, maybe then it would work. Yeah, so just a funny story. Let's see, what else? While we were out at dinner, I saw one of my friends, and he actually works at the place. We went to Sonic, just to grab something quick. But I see him every now and then at there. He graduated the year before I did, so when he graduated school in 2014, and he's stuck around here. So, it's nice always seeing him every now and then. So I saw him tonight, and we, just talked for the quick minute that he was handing us our food. So that was nice to see him. Speaking of friends, I'm pretty sure one of my friends, I'm not exactly sure, But it should be sometime around now, where my friend is just getting out of Army boot camp. I'm pretty sure it's sometime around now, or within the next couple of weeks. So that's super cool, and it's awesome. I'm gonna go check and see. I'm gonna find out real quick, when he's supposed to get out. Texting and driving. But anyway, this guy who I'm telling you about, he let's see. Let me find it first. There it is. But anyway, he was pretty much my first friend that I met in high school. So, oh gosh, I'm looking and driving, not even paying attention. Well, it looks like he's not out yet. Okay, so apparently it seems that either next week or the week after he is getting out of boot camp, which is super cool. And like I said, he was one of my first friends in high school that I had met. We were in band together. We didn't know anyone. He had came from we had gone to the same middle school, but we didn't know each other. And is this bus just not revving it, like going into fourth gear? It's weird. And he moved to he lived with his dad down here, but he moved about an hour away halfway through our junior year, so I didn't really see him after that. But we still text and talked, and we were still friends. So it's awesome to see one of my friends who I was one of my best friends do something really, really, really cool. And I know he's not watching, but Scott, thank you for your service, and thank you to all the, everyone who has ever done that, whether you were in the Army, Marines, Air Force, or even just, like a volunteer firefighter, whatever. Thank you, because there are some people, like myself, who don't want to, we're not brave enough to do this. It's amazing how much these guys put themselves through for the better of the community, and everyone has their own way. I try and do mine through scouting and to try and make an impact on the younger people, but these people are making an impact on thousands of people, and it's absolutely amazing. And now I'm gonna make jokes about my friend now. He was a really, really small kid. He real short, real skinny. He was one of those kids that you would look at. Oh man, that kid needs a burger or something. He was one of those. And he always had wanted to join the Marines. And we always joked around with him because, Scott, you're tiny. You're not going to get into the Marines. These are real big buff guys, scary, all up in your face. And he just was not like that. And he ultimately ended up not getting into the Marines. And I felt bad for him because he didn't get into what he wanted to. I genuinely felt bad. But he ultimately ended up going into the Army. And he is going to be a tank operator, if I'm not mistaken. At least that's what he told me he was last going to be doing. I'm going to turn this way instead of the other way, because of this circle right here, because why not? But he was always into guns and everything. And my dad works for the government, and I remember every now and then he'll take a group of scouts down to his office, and he'll show them, oh, this is what the government does, and this is the office, and here's the gun vault and security cameras, and this and that, and it's very cool stuff. I've gone through there multiple times and everything, and I remember, I had mentioned this. I had mentioned it to him one time, and I invited him the next time, and he thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and he had dressed up in like army pants and everything. He was like full out, like super ready to go. So, it'll be nice to talk to him once he gets out. So I'll definitely text him whenever he's out and back into normal life. So can't wait to see what he's been up to and what he thought of it. So that'll be fun. Alright, let's see. 15 minutes right now, I think. Oh, audio. I know, but like for the last two videos, the audio was off. I don't really know, and I hope it's not off in this video either. But I really have no idea what was going on with that audio. It just kind of happened, so it's weird. Let's see, we'll do a stop right here, because why not? But the audio was completely off by a minute in both videos, which I was not too happy with, as you can imagine. So, yeah, sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it, though. Alright, let's see, what else? I have a package coming in the mail in a few weeks. Do an unboxing of that. That'll be fun. It's gonna have some super cool stuff. Actually, I don't even know what's in it. So I can't say it'll be super cool considering I don't know what's in it. But it's from Busboy 501. He always has some cool stuff to send me, so we're gonna see what he has in store for me this time around. So what else? What else? Oh, get this. I was listening to the radio station today, and the show that I listen to is always it's the 3 to 7 show. I don't think it has an official name, but the guy who hosts it is extremely funny, and he always has the craziest stories, just either crazy or interesting, whatever. So today he was talking about this lady who is 116 years old, born in 1899. She's the oldest living person in the world. She lives in Alabama, and her name is Suzanne, or I can't remember what her name was. But 116 years old, and apparently she's been eating this one food for the past, forever. I don't know. I can't remember. But she's been eating this food for a very, very long time. And, he was like, okay, so what does everyone think the host is like, okay, so what do you think it is? And then he, played some songs, So, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, it's got to be, some sort of fruit or vegetable. So maybe it'll be carrots. I know peanuts are really good for you, or, just something logical like that. So, maybe 20 minutes later, after playing songs, commercials, he cuts back to the story. So he's like, okay, so he basically explains the story again for anyone who didn't hear it the first time. And then he's like, so, this lady, every day for the past blank years, has been eating bacon. 116-year-old lady eating bacon every single day has apparently made her live longer. I found that super interesting, and he did too. He said he mentioned if you want to find out more, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to find out more about this. I could just eat some bacon and extend my life. Go find it's in a magazine called Suck It Vegans, and I was like, yes, that's so funny, that's awesome, that's such a good joke. I found that pretty funny. So, but it's interesting. 116 years old, just eating bacon every day. Not just bacon, but she includes bacon in her diet. Still, pretty interesting story. So, just thought I'd share that with you guys. Be funny. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap this video up here in a second. I've been reading y'all's comments too. I always do. And, let's see, what was I going to say? I completely forgot now. Oh, yeah, duh. Thank you guys for your support. I 100% love your feedback. I appreciate you guys watching my videos. I really, really do. And I'm glad that you guys enjoy watching me drive a bus around and just tell you my life. I'm glad you guys enjoy that. And I've said it before, but you guys really are the best people. You guys are amazing. Okay? I just want you guys to know that. You really are. So, anyway, I'll just keep it ending. I'll just end it on the high note. So, before anything bad happens. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe right down here. It's a magical red button that says you are now subscribed to SafetyLiner C2. Make sure you comment up here, down here, over here, or over here. I don't know where they put it. I don't care where they put it. Make sure you also give this video a thumbs up, or you're going to jump off that ramp that was back there. And make sure you also share this video with a friend. Show it to your mom, show it to your dad, show it to a guy in a random street. I don't care, don't get raped. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching.